Year after year, month after month, we've highlighted the need for blood donations on Delmarva, and will continue to do so until the need is null and void. But there's another aspect of the donation process that we want to highlight today, and that would be the volunteers.
The volunteers, because without the volunteers, these life-saving donations would not be possible. So we would like to introduce to you this afternoon Ms. Leslie Thomas, who is a nearly 30-year volunteer with the Blood Bank of Delmarva, and Angela Williamson, who is volunteer and community relations specialist. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you for having us.
30 years.
27 to be exact.
27. Almost 30.
Almost 30.
We would almost give you the 3 to make it around 30.
I'll take it.
So let me ask you this. What got you started? Why?
27 years ago, I got transferred to Pocomoke High School, and one of my quote-unquote jobs was to sponsor a blood drive that school year. And so not knowing what I was getting into, I became more and more affiliated with all the little ins and outs of donation. So here I am 27 years ago now.
And you obviously like it just a
I do.
little bit.
I'm a people person,
Yeah.
and I went from the educational aspect of it to more of a relational, still being organized.
Right.
And I think that's a vital part of what the volunteer, the lead volunteers do. We organize those volunteers so that we can be there to support the donors when they're needed.
So thank you for what you're doing. And of course, we're pointing all this out with it being National Volunteer Week.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for what you're doing. So as a volunteer coordinator,
Yes.
what are your challenges? What do you do?
What do I do? It's almost like a director of a symphony.
Ooh.
There's a lot of pieces and parts. There's a lot of different parts that are needed. You have a bass drum, or you have a flute. You have different pieces of an
Right.
orchestra, right?
Yeah.
And so each one plays a different part. Some are louder, some are softer, some are bigger, some are smaller. And so with that, my role is to put all of those pieces together and make sure that we have all the pieces playing all at the right times.
And when you get people who are so committed, as Leslie is, it must make it easy.
Amazing. She's like my right and left arm. I mean, in Salisbury, she takes care of everything. I never have to worry about, are we going to have enough, or are we going to have them in the right places? And so my role then is in charge of all of Delmarva, and so all of the different centers, mobiles that we have throughout Delmarva Peninsula. And so having volunteers at a higher leadership level like Leslie, it makes my job so much easier
Yeah.
and so much better.
Have you gotten to know any donors well?
Should I tell the little story?
Sure.
Oh, please.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Several weeks ago, I had a donor come in, and he'd been upset about he'd had to have some surgery to remove possibly a skin cancer here in Salisbury. Anyway, I gave him a hug and I said, everything will be okay. Just trust and everything will be okay. I happened to drive by the blood bank last Thursday, and lo and behold, that same gentleman was there making his donation that he'd signed up for the previous couple of weeks. And he said he had to let me know everything turned out okay. We hugged each other, gave each other a kiss on the cheek, and one wasn't enough because he'd shared with me something else that was very private, that he had not had hugs and kisses for about 7 years since his wife had passed away.
Oh, my goodness.
So tell me he did not get a second hug and a kiss from me? Yes, he did.
So you made that happen.
Yes, indeed. And his name is Rex, and he is one of my memories, my treasures in my chest that I will always keep with me.
Oh, my goodness.
So volunteers may not get paid
But
by
they get-
dollars and
Yeah.
cents, but they're
Yeah.
paid in so many other ways.
Exactly.
That is, Leslie, thank
And
you so
that's
much.
just the donor,
Right.
not the volunteer,
Yeah.
that you hear stories and find out about their life history, what's going on in their lives, and how you can help or just be there for them.
Because you get a lot of that too.
I
Leslie
do.
Thomas, thank you so much for all that you do and for talking to us this afternoon. Angela, thank you so much
you.
for conducting the orchestra.
Thank you.
What would we do without you guys?
That's
Thank
right.
you so much.
Yeah.